welcome to another unboxing from Pushing Cardboard. Today we're having a look at Prelude to Rebellion from Compass Games, designed by Marco Poutre. This is a game I've had my eye on for a while, and finally bit the bullet and bought it. So I guess part of the reason I'm interested in it is it's a bit of Canadian history, and so that always interests me. And I've met Marco Poutre online, and he seems like a pretty nice fella. So I thought I should check out his game. So here it is. It's Prelude to Rebellion: Mobilization and Unrest in Lower Canada, 1834 to 1837. So this is going to be a game that, given the giant market for games that is the USA, this is not going to be a bit of history that's familiar to a lot of folks down on that south side of the border, but it's got a great reputation as a game. So let's dive right into it and see what's in the box. This is a fairly heavy box, actually. I guess it's a 2-inch box. Here we go. So it looks like the first thing we have here is probably the rules. Glossy rule book, laid out nicely. Plenty of white space. Looks easy on the eyes for sure. A lot of green and red in this game, it seems. So I think we're gonna have to get used to those two things. So it looks like the rules only take up about the first 14 pages, and then there's some card clarifications, and then we're into an extended example of play. So it does not look like the game has a really heavy rule set. So big section of 2 or 3 pages at the end here on designer notes, strategy, and credits and whatnot. So yeah, lots there. Okay, well let's have a look at what else we've got in the box here. It looks like we've got a couple of decks of cards. So let's open one of those or both of those and see what we have. These are what you would call, we could probably get in for a little bit closer view here. There we go. These cards are, let's see if we can get them into a view or into focus here. There we go. They're your standard sort of standard playing card size. And lots of reds and greens and a few grays. They look like your typical card-driven game, in that there's each one has like a 4 AP or a 2 AP or what have you in the corner. So, I don't know if that's action points or whatever, but that's very familiar to anybody who's played card-driven games. Now, also, here's a second deck of cards. I don't know a lot about this game yet, but I have heard that it has a very large deck. So I think all these cards, this is just one large deck. So it's if one of the things you didn't like about, say, Twilight Struggle was sort of how the best players have the deck memorized. Apparently in this game there's so many cards that they won't all come into play, so there's no point in having the deck memorized. Kind of reminds me a bit of, that's the very reason I like Amateurs to Arms so much. It's got 120 cards in its deck as well. What else have we got here? Okay, we've got some dice, and not just dice. Got some regular dice and some custom dice. So we've got 6 regular 6-siders And then we have a bunch of special dice that have UC, probably Upper Canada, 0, EI, and RC. So some custom dice. We have a bag, so there's going to be some kind of a chit pull or a cube pull or something going on here. We have a giant bag of these little red and green cubes. Now, they're quite attractive, but there's a bazillion of them, and I've seen pictures of this on the table. There's going to be some tracks that these fill out that look kind of like thermometers or something like that. All right, we have a couple of not exactly player aids. These look like these are cards that show, they're one-sided, show special actions for this is la tête à Papineau. I think it's the head, Papineau's head. My French is terrible. And this one says governor's privileges, so this must be the Brit one. Here are some identical player age cards that tells you what you can do in an action round, what you can spend your AP on. And this looks like the flip side has a sequence of play. Oh, and some easily overlooked rules. Always appreciate that. Here's counters. Now they're only half-inch counters, but they are completely cut out. So these are going to be the type that have no that are pre-rounded. Don't need your corner rounder on these. Double-sided it looks like, and yeah, there's only one sheet of them, I bet, because they probably wouldn't waste the space if they needed more. It looks like we have finally the map board. It's a mounted map, and this is going to be, yeah, this is going to be very different than a lot of maps we might have seen before. Like I said, all these different spots have these red and green, almost like I said, thermometer. They look like thermometers, and I'm thinking the cubes, just start, and as you get more, they go up the scale. But it's a sort of 4x2, so eight panel map. It's a good looking map. Man, there's something about all those things that make it look a bit like a spreadsheet or something. But I've been reading a bit about this game, and I think spreadsheet is exactly the wrong way to describe it. So I look forward to getting it on the table and seeing what how these things really work. Let's see if I can't zoom in a bit so you can see a little tighter on that game board. Yeah, there we go. And there's tracks around the edges as well. There's some kind of I don't know if, I guess that's probably the turn track over there. Anyway, that's it. That's what's in the box. That's Prelude to Rebellion by Marco Poutre. Very nice components, and I've heard great things about this game, so I look forward to getting this one to the table. Thanks again for watching. This has been Pushing Cardboard. Check out our podcasts on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts, or check us out on the web at pushingcardboard.com. Thanks for watching.